So, I know I promised some of you that I would teach you guys Photoshop, and since all of us are home or like not together anymore, I think this would be the best way for me to teach you guys is, I guess, remotely. So I'm just gonna go over the basics of Photoshop, and I think this would be very useful for both photo and video. And I'm gonna do the same type of tutorial for Premiere, and I'll share it for both photo and video too. Okay, so I'm gonna start off opening up Photoshop, and I'm going to recreate the Josh and Mina photo from a while back. I also thought this would be a good idea since Adobe Suite is free for all Michigan students. Alright, so I'm gonna hit open, and I'm going to open up the two images. So I'll just open them up together like that, and then like so. Okay, so as you can see, when we open up Photoshop, these two images at these two tabs. So this is Josh's photo and this is Mina's photo. So just a couple of things. All of your tools are going to be here on the left hand side. The main ones that I usually use is just like this is just this V tool, which is just like your pointer, your clicker, and then this, which is your quick selection tool. It's like arguably one of the most important tools in Photoshop and the one you'll use the most. First things first, go to Josh's and zoom in. I'm just using my trackpad right now to zoom in. The first thing that we need to do is select his. So you can use W for quick selection, or you can go to this tab. And this circle, you can change the size of this circle up here. I'll just do like a 30 point, something like that. And I'm just gonna highlight the entirety of Josh and then his hands. It's okay if you go over a little bit, we can fix that later. And then make sure you get his shoes. Okay, so I'm gonna zoom in a little bit more and maybe make my point a little bit finer, so around 12 point. And then I'm going to actually deselect the outline where we don't need it. And how we're gonna do that is we're gonna hit Option. And so you can see, if you can see here on my little pointer, it goes from that little plus to a minus, plus minus. So when I hit Option, it goes to minus. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna deselect the parts where we don't want it. Yeah, and then just keep doing that. So you have to, I wasn't sure if this was clear, but then you have to hold Option while you're deselecting, and try to find every little part where it's like, just try to find every little part so that it doesn't like carry over, I guess. Okay. So now what you've essentially done is you've cut out Josh. So like imagine him on a piece of paper and you've like cut an outline of him. And you can like take him out like this and stuff like that. So what I want to do is I want to copy and paste him. But then what we need to do first, or at least what I need to do right now is like this photo is locked, and so what that means, you can't like copy and paste him because it's like its own background. So you have to unlock this like this. Make sure you're highlighting. Make sure the layer is highlighted. So do Command C, and then go over to Mina's image. And then just like click anywhere and then hit Command V. So now we've copied and pasted Josh onto Mina's, and something that I want to go over really quickly are layers. So if you look over here on the bottom right, there are two layers right now, and it's because we just added Josh's layer on top of Mina's. And this might be counterintuitive to some, but at least for me it wasn't. And layers are essentially just like, if you imagine, I'm gonna go back to the paper reference, like if you have two pieces of paper and you have one on top of the other, like the one that's on top is like the one you're gonna see. So whatever is on top is what you're gonna see. So you can't actually put Josh below this because Mina's background is Mina's locked. But then say I unlock Mina, and then I put Josh underneath her, then he's gone. But then if you are on Mina's layer but you want to see Josh underneath, so I'm gonna hit E for eraser, just for like just for demonstrating purposes. I'm gonna erase, and look, there he is. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to highlight Josh, and I'm gonna hit Command T, And what this is transforming him. So I'm gonna make him a bit smaller. And if you want to transform him anyway, you can hold shift while you're doing so, and then you can, you know, do weird stuff with him. So at least for me, I'm not going to do that. And I'm gonna make him a lot smaller so he can fit on Mina's hand, like so. All right, and then what you have to do is you have to get out of the transform like mode. So you have to hit enter, and then now there he is. So I can see like some of the couch or like the chair has been taken over or has carried over. So what I'm going to do is hit erase, E for erase, and I'm going to make the point a little bit smaller and making sure you're on Josh's layer. You're gonna just erase like these parts. And what's cool about this is that it doesn't affect Mina's layer at all because you're only highlighting on Josh's. Okay, and I'm probably gonna just erase some of this to make it look more natural. Okay, so I'm going back to V to move him a little bit more. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna put him on the other side. So hit V to click on him, Command C, and then Command V, and there he is again. And we're gonna want him to face, is it the other way? Yeah, we're gonna want him to face the other way. You can also rename these layers. I'll do it just for simplicity. So double click, and then I'm gonna do Mia. And then for layer 1, that's the one on the left, so Josh left, and then Josh right. So I'm gonna highlight Josh right, and then I'm gonna go to edit on the top tab, and then go all the way down to transform, and then I'm gonna hit flip horizontal, and there he goes. I mean that's pretty much it. If you want to export this, do file, export. You can do a quick export as PNG, but if you want a JPEG or a JPG, you can export as a certain thing, yeah, and then export, and then you can export it into a certain area, like your downloads, your documents, or your desktops, or like a certain like I guess project folder. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Hopefully this was helpful. Sorry, this is my first time ever making a tutorial, so plenty more fish in the sea. Wash your hands.